Okay, well, there's that. Hey there, Dr. Crowton here with a submission on the hard-earned strategies I used to take down the Hidden King solo. The Dark Souls franchise is renowned for giving us some of the most brutal, patience-obliterating, rage-quitting moments in all of video games. It is as beautiful, mysterious, and satisfying as it is infuriating. When you accomplish something in this game, you truly accomplish it. The more heart-stopping moments involve battles with bosses. What you've been seeing so far shows the trials I experienced with one of the most notorious duo bosses of the franchise, the King of the Storm and his god-awful master, the Nameless King. As you can see, this was no one-shot boss for me, and those failures were actually about half of what I went through to get him gone. This video endeavors to share what I have learned in order to take down the Nameless King, in the hopes that others out there will find it useful when facing this undead Odin. Before we get onto the boss battle, I figured you'd want to see some of my stats. So here you see I'm level 129. My stats are really heavy in strength. That was just for fun mainly. But also plenty of endurance and vigor. Of course, vitality as well. Basically what I made was a knight, your average kind of knight build, which is why I figured this would be useful for some out there because I would bet this is one of the more common builds. For this, of course, any amount of strength is going to help. But I think that really what you need more than anything is stamina for this battle. You'll see why coming up. So for my equipment, I did use a dark sword that I reinforced to +8, and I also made it refined. In terms of the shield, I don't know why this picture, unfortunately I don't have a picture of just before the battle, but I ended up using the Shield of Want for some reason, which is mainly for getting souls, instead of this Dragon Crest shield. Recommended Dragon Crest shield if you're going shield. I also have on here the Outrider set. For rings, I've got the Chloranthy ring, the Estus ring, Lloyd's sword ring, and Hovel's ring. The choice in weapon is really important in this fight, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get through the battle. Alright. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do this in one take without any script or anything, so forgive my foibles. In mentioning the sword, it's important, I think, to have a weapon that's very quick, but has some kind of range to it. Swords seem to be right in the middle for that, which make them perfect. Something too heavy, you're going to be too slow and you will get hit. Some of the longer weapons also are a little slow, so I settled on the sword for this. It was the best compromise. Of course, other weapons may be completely valid for this. Now, in terms of me running in, the first thing I always do is I select the dragon's head. You can't tell usually what King of Storm is going to do. Just being ready. When he does this lightning attack, I always select the Nameless King, so that I can easily see where that bolt's going to land. That particular swipe right there, usually I try to dodge towards the back of the dragon, and that works out fairly well. Now this particular strike coming up with the lightning, it's very difficult to dodge. I think you can run out of its range, but typically you will get hit. If you sidestep roll, you'll probably get missed, at least not hit as hard. For that fire-breathing thing there, I always unlock the head and run towards his neck. This gives me a chance to do a couple swipes and maybe stagger him, stick a toothpick up his brain, and, you know, that. That's okay. For the strikes that are not lightning-based, you can usually take care of them pretty well just by doing regular dodges. This guy, you're still probably going to get some magic damage if you want to stay up to get a couple hits in on that dragon. That's okay. I always try to make a point during that sequence to Estus up. Though it didn't show in this bout, sometimes the dragon will begin to hover. He's about to breathe fire, so just run away from him. Nice logical step. Now, for the Nameless King, he's got a wide variety of attacks. The difficulty with them is they move in irregular kind of speed sequences, and some of them have similar beginnings compared to others. For this, what I really had to do was focus on at what point he releases his attack upon me. Together. Some of them are easier than others, like this is a standard swiping attack. That particular attack where he tries to dive through you, typically you can aim towards him and roll, and he will go by you, missing the attack. That down swipe attack is a very great place to try to get a couple hits in, as long as you're on his side. As you see here, I'm trying to stay to his side, trying to roll around him towards the end of his usual finish moves. he will almost always come back to you after he does that dash attack away. If you roll just right, he will come right to the place you want him to be. So, off to. That was way too slow. Nope. That particular attack seems to be very difficult to dodge. One of the things you'll notice is I am using a shield here. The shield helped. I know a lot of people are saying don't use a shield. You just saw there it helped me out. You don't want to be greedy on this. You want to take your time, get your rhythm down, take a swing or two at a time. You do not want to, don't want to get rid of all your stamina in one sitting. You'll need it, believe me. When he does thrusting attacks, that usually is a pretty good time to dive in and get one. Now at this point, about halfway through, he starts using his magic attacks. I found shields very, very valuable in making sure that I didn't die completely here. Still takes plenty, messes with your stamina, but you can survive it. That particular joy of an attack is usually dodgeable. If you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, it will get you. One of the things you'll see later is you can outdistance it, and that can help. As you can see, I'm relying on his thrust moves to give myself a little space when I need it. This is actually pretty easy to dodge. I just was not doing well at it. You see him reach the top of that cast, just roll to the side, and he'll miss you. Come on. Come on. So there I get distance. This means I have some Estus. Gives me just enough room to get away from him. He's got long range attacks, but they're not ultra long. Give me something I can use, come on. If he does use one of his longer attacks, they're also very easy to dodge away from. So right there I dodged right when I saw the flash of light go up the pinnacle of his blade. Ha! Keeping your cool, staying patient, keeping the rhythm down, really watching where his arms are, that can help you to dodge these things. Of course, this is not a flawless exercise, but I wanted to show you a real-time, actual, normal human being beating this game. Or not this game, this king. There we go. That rhymes-ish. That's one of his longer range attacks, pretty easy to move. And there we have it. Yes! 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 Woo! So I hope this was of use to you. If you'd like to see the full playthrough, please go ahead and click on this link here. And of course, feel free to check out my channel. I'm doing a full Let's Play of Dark Souls 3, beginning to end, uninterrupted. Anything that can happen will happen, and I tend to not edit anything out. So, once again, thank you, and we'll see you soon. Oh, see, this is why I love video games. That feeling, that's the adrenaline rush.